Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Hey, Shanika. Good morning.
I'm doing
Very
great.
good. Hey, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, we are fine. We are fine, and you?
Very well.
Shanika, do you have the PowerPoint?
I do have the PowerPoint.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you had it because I'm in the office and I don't have it.
No worries, I have it.
Okay. We've decided we're going to call this the Shanika Show today. I got a smile out of Emil. He's sitting right here.
Yeah, that's the right name for it, and we're excited. Shanika, you got it. Can you hear me? Okay.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, Tracy. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I'm good. I'm ready to learn. Ready to learn from my master, from my fellow master trainer.
We are excited to have you here with us and to share the knowledge.
I know that's right.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to give them another few minutes here, and then we'll start. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And anybody else that comes along, they can catch up. So today we are going to have the honor of having Ms. Shanika Abram give us a lesson on creativity and prompts. Shanika comes with a strong marketing background as well as a development background, and I'll let her introduce herself here in a sec. But she's been doing this for a while, so it'll be interesting to see what she's got. I talked to her yesterday, and I'm excited about what we talked about. The thing that I would just so that we're clear on what we're doing here, Shanika will talk from a marketing standpoint, and the reason we do that is because each of our leaders, each of our trainers comes with a different background, and we want them to be able to explain to you how they're using it so that you can understand the diversity of things that you can do with these AI tools. And as well, marketing works regardless of what kind of job you've got. You're always marketing, whether you want to admit it or not. So this is a great topic, and I'm excited to hear what Shanika's got. So Shanika, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. So good afternoon and good morning to those of you. I know we are all in different time zones. Can you all see me and hear me okay? And you all can feel free to either tap in the chat or type in the chat that you can hear me, or you can come off of mute and let me know that you can hear me and see me okay.
We can hear you and see you.
Okay. And so I will thank you so much, Chris, for that warm introduction. I own a marketing firm and a consulting agency. So I've been in the marketing industry for 20 years. For those of you looking at me, I'm pretty sure that you guys will not believe that I have been in that industry for that long because I may look a lot younger. But I assure you that I am of age to have been in the industry that long. So I will be doing a mixture of things with you all today. I will be going over slides in a PowerPoint presentation just so that you get the basic information that we have here. And then I will move from going off of the slides to showing you all some interactive things that I've been doing with AI. And then we are going to do some things with AI together. So I will stop and I will do a live demonstration for you all, sharing my screen to let you know or to walk through an actual prompt that we'll be creating. And then we'll also do some things together. And then you all will also go out into breakout rooms to do these group presentations with one another. So I am going to go ahead and get the slide presentation up for you all. Before I do that, does anyone have any questions before we get started? Okay. So I'm going to take the silence as a no, that there are no questions. I have another question for you all. When it comes to using AI, is there anything that you would like to see done from a creative standpoint? Is there something that you want to create with it that you are unsure of how to do? I do like to make sure that I get these questions answered so that during the training, it's something that is beneficial to you and it's something that will help you with what you're trying to do. So is there anything that you all want to see AI do that you're unsure of in the creative aspect? That's whether we're talking about creating flyers, creating images, or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, good. This is Gabriel Woods. So I'm interested in understanding how AI can benefit being from an engineering standpoint, most especially I in the design area.
Okay.
I do architectural design. I do analysis. So I would be very much interested in understanding how I can benefit from how AI can help me, enhance my capability in the engineering sector.
Okay, great. So throughout our training, like towards the end, when we do the activities, I'll make sure that we do something that captures what you're needing from your aspect.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Omotaya.
Hi, I'm Mateo.
Yes, so I'll be interested in things around organization or maybe email organization and how AI can help with relationship management beyond calendar tracking and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes, and that one is something that I use daily. The email thing is something that takes up a lot of time, and so I can definitely show you how to utilize that as well. So thank you for your question and how we're going to do that. And I do hear a bit of some background noise for some people. I will ask that you mute if you can, please. And then we will go ahead, and if there are no other things that you all want to see,
Shanika Abraham has his hands raised.
Okay. All right. Abraham.
I'm normally on streams about how to use AI for large data analysis.
Okay. So you said using AI for data analysis?
Yes.
Okay. And what type of data analysis would this be?
More or less to do like ANOVA analysis, do correlational analysis, or statistical analysis. Statistical analysis.
Okay. Statistical analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. And thank you so much, Tracy, for watching the chat for me. I appreciate you doing that. Okay, just a moment here. I'm going to get the screen shared for just a second. Chris, if you can enable the screen sharing for me, please.
Should be good to go. To work. Can you hear me? I can't hear you for some reason. Get rid of my headset here.
Yeah, Shanika's on mute.
Okay, so I can, let me see if I'm not sure
Even
exactly.
if you muted.
I can hear anybody else.
Oh, you can hear Shanika, Chris?
Shanika is muted.
Yes. She's either muted or something has hijacked her mic.
We cannot hear you, Ms. Abram.
She's trying to troubleshoot.
What in the heck is going on?
Chris, you
There
had
she
me
is.
muted. You had me muted. I was trying to tell you to unmute me.
And I couldn't unmute you for some reason. I was trying, so I just made you the co-host.
Okay, thank you so
You
much.
should have control of everything now.
Thank you. Everybody can see and hear me now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate your patience with that. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen now. And then you all will have to let me know if you can see the screen. Can you all see my screen?
We can.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get this show rocking and rolling. So talking about the power of a well-crafted prompt. I know majority of you are already using AI. So this will just be an overview of what we're doing with the prompt. So whatever you enter into your AI, your response that you get is only going to be as good as what you ask it for. So when you put information into your prompts, whatever it is that you're wanting, I know some of you have said that you want to use it to get some statistical data. You're wanting to know how it can help you with email organization. You're wanting to know how it can help you as in your architectural design and analysis and things like that. So whatever you're putting into your prompt, depending on how you structure your prompt, it depends on the information that you're going to get out of it. So that's where we're going to go into with these prompts. So you're only going to get information that will give you, that'll be as good as your prompt. So you want to think about that as we're going into it and as we're structuring them. So when you're thinking about how you're going into creating the prompts, there's many different ways. You can do some things where you're wanting to generate some ideas, and you can start with a small one. So you can say things like, I am an architectural designer. I would like to create a blueprint. When you do that, your AI is going to start thinking. You have the option to go into deep thought with it, or you can go into just a general thing, and it'll go in. And as you do your prompt, it's going to start asking you more questions behind it once you get your first response with it. So when you start out with just a general prompt, it's going to pull out certain things, and then it'll ask you, would you like for me to do this? Would you like for me to do that? And then once you get that information back and you're looking at it, remember, you are the expert in your particular lane or your industry with what you're doing and what you're asking it. So always make sure that the information that you get is based off of what you're wanting to receive. And what I mean by that is, in my particular industry with marketing, I can say, create a social media caption for this picture. And it's going to give me a caption for the picture. I have to make sure that that caption gives me exactly what I want. If it doesn't, then I'll go back to my prompt and then I'll ask it for more information. So now we'll talk about the structure of your prompts, which I just talked about with the open-ended structure where we're asking a specific question. And then you can go in and then you'll get very specific after that. You can start with one question. And then as I go into the social media aspect of things, I will say, create a caption for this social media post and customize it for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So that's giving it direct prompts so that it's going to give me 3 different things that I am asking for. The reason why I say I need those 3 different things is because those social media prompt or those social media platforms, all of them are different. All of them require certain things or certain elements. So with Facebook, when we're using captions, we can use longer captions. With Instagram, they want shorter captions because we have people that are on Instagram, their attention spans are a little bit shorter. They want information right away. So if you create something with a long caption on Instagram, people aren't going to read it. They're more so wanting to get the visual prompts or the videos. And then we'll talk about the questions that you ask. So you can get very specific with your prompts. You can ask it what to do. So for instance, with me, I do use AI to create videos. I also use AI to create presentations. And so when I do, I'm sorry, someone's asking a question.
Yes, only
Is that a question or can we?
Shanique, are you changing slides?
I just moved to the next slide. Yes.
What's the top? What's the slide say?
It's using constraints to spark innovation. Can you all see it?
No, we're seeing why great prompts matter.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing really quick. And then I'm going to go back to the screen. So you guys are still on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to reload the deck here. I apologize. And so was that stuck on there for the entire time that I was speaking?
Yes.
Okay. So give me a moment and I will reshare here. And then I will just share the entire screen so that you all can see it. Okay, can you all see the entire screen?
Yeah, we see
the Zoom.
Yeah, we see the Zoom screen. Zoom
Okay.
plus.
Okay. So we were here with, you guys saw why great prompts matter. Okay.
Right.
And then within these particular slides, I know you all weren't able to see everything else that I was speaking on, talking about the brainstorming with your prompts. So you can start with just a general idea, and then you'll go in, and then as you get the results, you'll want to refine it to get everything that you want. And then I talked about the testing to make sure that you're getting the prompts based off of what you're wanting, with you being the expert. So this is the slide talking about your brainstorming. And then now we're on to the elements of the prompt with the open-ended question, and then giving it specific direction. So getting more detailed with what we're asking for. And then we were here at the art of the questioning here. So you can get very creative with what you're doing when you're asking specific questions. You can ask what if. For those of you in certain industries, you can enter in prompts to ask what if, or ask for the next level of what it is that you're doing. So if you're working on a project and you're wanting to know what the outcome is, or you're wanting to know statistics, you can enter in a prompt and ask it to provide those statistics on what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop with the PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to do a live demonstration for you all within the AI tool so that you can see what we're doing. So give me just a second. All right, so I am using OpenAI GPT-5. So with this, I am going to ask it to create a social media caption for the training today.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm just going to put in some general information. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that you all can see the power of the prompt. So I'm going to be very general at first, and then I'll get detailed.
Shanika?
Yes.
You have your small app zoom.us box is in the, you need to, if you could get rid of that. And yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
There we go. So I'm going to say create a social media caption for training in an AI class in Liberia. So this is what we're doing. And I'm just fixing my spelling errors. So now it's doing its thinking. Everybody see the prompt there?
Yep.
All right. Now, you see the response that we have here. It says, empowering Liberia's future with AI. Join our AI training class and unlock the world of artificial intelligence. Whether you're a beginner looking to sharpen your skills, this is your chance to innovate, create, and lead in the digital age. So that is the general part. So now that I've done that, there's that question. Would you like for it to be more formal, casual, tailored to a specific audience? So now I'm going to get very specific and I'm going to inject my personalization into this and I'm going to make it better. So now the way that I'm going to make it better is I'm going to say acting as an expert PR strategist and social media manager. Create a caption for social media. Speaking about training on AI. Training a group of students on AI in Liberia. Tone. So I'm going to give it a tone now. So this tone, this is the tone that I speak in. My tone is engaging, professional. So I'm going to say engaging and professional. Now I'm going to give this post also a goal. The goal is to have readers interested in the training and wanting to learn more. Now I'm going to also tell it to make it SEO friendly, search engine optimized. And I'm going to tell it to customize the post for LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, so now we're going to see the difference. Now we see the difference in the post. And I'll start here so that you can look at the one for Instagram. Here's the one for LinkedIn. And there is the one for Facebook.
Nika?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you copy that prompt and throw it in the chat when you
I
get
can.
it?
Yes, I am going
And
to copy it because what I do want everyone to do is I want everyone to also go in and we're going to do these together. So that is going to be our first group activity. So I'm going to pop that into the chat. I am going to stop sharing my screen here for a moment for everyone. And here is the prompt. Okay, just a second here. It copied it white because that's what the chat is. So give me just a moment, everyone.
It's a long prompt.
You can see the prompt?
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone see it? Because on my end, it just showed up white.
Yeah, it says acting as an expert PR strategist and social media manager, blah, 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 blah. It ends with LinkedIn and Facebook.
Okay. So that is the second prompt.
Can't
So
see the
here's
prompt.
okay.
Shanika, can't see the
Yes.
prompt.
You can't see the prompt? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on a Word document so that way that it shows up black for you all. Let me go ahead and add that. So here we go. Okay, so I'll do the first one in there for you guys, and then I'll do the second one. So here's the first one. You all have to let me know if you can see it now. Okay. Can you all see the prompt?
I see the first one.
Okay, so there is the first prompt. And then here is the second prompt that I'm going to place in there for you all. And while we are doing this, is everyone logged into the Power AI Studio? Here is your second prompt. So now the second prompt is very long, but it's detailed to give you the results that we need. So now as we are here, and I do like to talk to you all, so please feel free to talk back to me. This is not something where I'm just gonna sit here and read off of the screen, because I wanna make sure that we are all engaged and everyone is getting what they need. So has everyone had a moment to type in to the systems here to put the prompts in there and get your responses? And then I do see the question with how should students prepare for a future where AI is everywhere? That is a good question. So that is something that the educators are wanting to know, is how to prepare for the future. The first part of that is really just or is that a prompt that you all are wanting to enter into AI? Is this general question, or is that a prompt that we want to enter into AI? because we can do it both ways.
I responded to that a little further down.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And said basically that what I said was basically this course is a good start. The skills that are relevant today are going to be not relevant tomorrow. And that by embracing the concept of continuous learning, students will continually evolving, that's bad English on my part, will be continually evolving their minds and their skill sets.
Okay, perfect.
Shanika, if you don't mind, I guess I have a question for Nima. What concerns do you think there is with preparing students with AI being everywhere in the future?
And Nima, you can come off mute if you want, or you can just type it in the chat.
And the reason why I'm asking, because I'm curious about the perspective, what I realize is that, in different areas, people are going to perceive AI differently. And so when we think about preparation, people are going to think differently about what preparation looks like. And so I was just curious to find out if you have any concerns or any thoughts about where you think it's going. And then maybe we could even respond to that. And that's okay if I don't get an answer now, but I was just curious.
Okay. All right. All right. So did everyone enter in the prompt that we had? Okay. And so Amateo, have a question for you. Did you enter in the prompt? And did you get a different result with the prompt that we just used?
No, not yet.
This one is off. Okay. And I wasn't for sure if he was wanting to talk or if he was actually talking to the class. So I did mute. I do apologize for that. If you were wanting to speak to the class, I can unmute you so that you can speak to all of us. But again, I did want everyone to see the difference in the first initial prompt that we gave it, and for you to see how it went from just a very short few sentences. And then when we gave it specific things that we wanted it to do, when I said acting as a PR expert and social media manager, the reason why I stated that is because that is my profession. And then I went into it deeper by saying what I wanted it to do. I gave it the tone that I wanted it to have. I told it what to do, and I gave it specific results. So that is how you can do your framework to get the more detailed information that you're wanting. So again, remember, the information that you're going to get from AI is only going to be as good as what you ask it for. So you want to make sure that you are continuing to play around with it. And again, I know that some of us in here, we're already using AI for certain things. You guys are doing mind maps. You may be creating posts. You may be doing a little bit of some coding. Always make sure that you are checking the information that you are getting back. The reason why I say check the information that you're getting back is because the AI is going to pull from information that is already out there on the internet. So you want to make sure that it gives you what you need. Amateo, I see that you have your hand raised, so I'm going to unmute you.
So I will say that I have the results now.
Okay.
I can't share because I'm on mobile, so I don't
It's okay.
know.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
but it's really so I've been using, I mean, I use it quite a lot, but so this is a different perspective and it looks a little bit more comprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want me to read it out?
You can read it out.
Okay. So I have it gave me for LinkedIn, for Instagram and for Facebook. And it says the caption for Facebook is empowering the next generation in Liberia with AI. We had the honor of all of that, from learning how to write smarter prompts to exploring how AI impacts business, health, and creativity. The students are stepping boldly into the future. Then it went on and he asked me if I wanted a matching visual content idea pack, like carousel slides for Instagram, infographic for LinkedIn, photo overlay post for Facebook, to make this caption stand out visually. So that's about that. Then it gave me something for LinkedIn as well and Instagram.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and then I still see that we had a question about how you balance being specific versus leaving space for AI creativity in the prompt. So I'll go ahead and break down that question there with the balancing of being creative and leaving room for, or leaving the space for it. Those two are together, meaning there isn't, the balance that you give it will kind of be the balance that you want it to have. The AI will do whatever you want it to do. So for me, and I'll use what I do here, for me, AI is an assistant. You all will want to use the AI as a tool, and it can help you with your creativity. So I am very creative. I will show you all a post that I made using AI, because I also do trainings on it, and I address people's questions about the myths. A lot of people want to say that if they use AI, it will take away your creativity, which AI will never do that. If AI gives you something that doesn't match what you want it to have, then you can change your prompt to get it to give you what you want it to have. And so I'll go ahead and share with you all my screen so that you can see a post that I've done. So earlier in the week, I done something where I was addressing the myths about AI. And I called it addressing the elephant in the room. And the reason why I said addressing the elephant in the room is because some people were asked, they had that question there. How do you use AI without losing your creativity? Or or AI will make me, some people are saying AI will make us dumb, meaning it'll take away from our smarts and things of that nature. So what I did was I created a graphic on social to post on my social media, talking about addressing the myths about AI. And I used AI to help me create this graphic. So when I talked about addressing the elephant in the room, I wanted an elephant. And I also wanted an elephant in the boardroom. So I gave it a very specific prompt. And then on top of my prompt that I gave it, after it gave me what I wanted, I went in and I edited it a little bit to put my picture on there and some information so you all can see the creativity that AI did and what it gave me. And then I just added on to it. So I'm going to share that here with you all. And give me just a second because it is loading.
Shanika, while it's loading, did you mind if I add to Edward's question?
Okay.
I just love the question that he asked, because I think, like, for me, sometimes I do kind of struggle with that, you know, first being specific and then being creative. And this is just what I do. Sometimes I just like to first be just as general as possible and see what the AI will produce. And then based on that, I'll refine it and tweak it to add my creativity to it. Because sometimes I feel like when I add too many parameters, it doesn't really give me something truly creative. And so sometimes I like to let the AI do what it does, and then I'll refine it.
That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so I'm sharing my entire screen because when I did the in frame, it didn't do right. So here is the graphic that I created. And so I said the addressing the elephant in the room, the myths and the truth about AI. So the elephant, this boardroom, the city background, that was all what I entered into AI and asked it to do. I asked it to create a graphic showing an elephant dressed up in a suit in a boardroom with a city landscape behind it. And I asked for it to put in the title, Addressing the Elephant in the Room, Myths and Truths About AI. So it gave me this picture and it gave me this wording. And then I just put my picture on here. And then I gave the specific, and then I also edited it to put in the information about the time and the date, and of course, my Instagram handle for people to tune in to see this. So, this is how creative you can get with AI. And so again, it's based off of what you want to do. If you want it to do, and then it'll also give you different versions. So you'll have to look through the different versions that it gives you to make sure that it gives you what you want. As a rule of thumb for me, I'll go through about 2 or 3 images if it doesn't give me what I want before I go in and I create the image on my own, because I do have the background with creativity and I know how to put in those elements myself if I have to. The AI gets the job done a lot faster for me. So when it normally takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to create this, to find all of the elements that I want in there with the background and the boardroom and the suit and all of that. When I put the prompt into AI, it got that done for me in about a minute and a half.
Aisha, okay. This is
Yes.
Omotayo. Could you share the so if I could you share the the prompt you used to do this, and were you the one that had to edit it to put your own picture, or how did that work? Because what I typically do is when I'm doing when I'm trying to get to the point where I have exactly what I want afterwards, I would just ask for like a generalized copy and paste template, and I can keep it for future use, you know. So I'm just wondering if with this one you had to edit it with your own picture, or what the prompt was to put it to get it exactly to this point.
So I did do my own set of editing after I got the elephant, the boardroom, and all of that to put my picture on it. And the reason why I did the editing myself to put my picture on it is because with AI, if you upload your own picture into it, it will modify your picture to make it look like an illustration. Due to some privacy safeguards, depending on the software that you're using, the AI cannot duplicate, or they can't put your exact picture on there because they have to verify, or they don't know that it's you in that image and that you own the rights to that image. So sometimes it alters my features. I don't want my picture changed at all when I do the AI. So that's why I went in and edited it to put my own picture on there. And the tool that I used for it was Canva. So once it gave me the image that I wanted, I uploaded my image into Canva, or the image that it gave me into Canva, and then I put my picture on it.
Thank you so much, Shanika, for sharing that. I did not know that there are certain models that will distort the image to some degree to prevent copyright or that. So wow, that. Okay, that's super cool to know. So that makes sense why sometimes the pictures will look a little off. I also noticed that somebody else has a question in the chat. It said, Shanika or Chris, do you think creative prompt can reduce the risk of bias in AI responses, and how?
No. So I'll answer that, and then I'll allow Chris to answer it as well. And the reason why I say no is because those biases are already out there. And so when we enter in those prompts, they're going to pull out what is already out there on the internet. And what I'll use as an example or to show you all what I mean by that, and I'll just use it culturally with African American women, and I'm using African American women because I am an African American woman. What it'll do for us when we're doing, if I ask for AI to create an image, they automatically sexualize us. And so they will make us look curvy or will have a seductive appearance. So when I ask for it to create certain images for me with African American women, I give it very specific, I get very detailed about the features of the woman that I want it to have so that it doesn't create something that doesn't match what I want it to give, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then Chris, I'll let you answer that question as well and let you chime in on what you see with that.
Well, when you started that answer, I thought I was hoping I wasn't going to have to correct you, but you got it. You explained it. So that makes, yeah, you have to be those, to Shanika's point, those biases are out there. And so you have to say what it is you want and don't want. And if it, you may have to go in and correct it and tell it just, how exactly you want it to be. And yeah, I couldn't say it any better than what you did. That was good.
Okay. All right. And let's see. Are there any more questions in the chat? Okay, you're welcome.
There is another one. What skills should students start learning now if they want to build a career in AI?
The first skill that I would say that they want to know or to have is this particular skill that we're going through right now is the structuring of the right prompt. That is the main thing, so that once whatever it is that you're doing, if you know how to structure your prompts and to get the results that you're wanting, then that's what will help you. In addition to that, I always say the critical thinking. Your critical thinking is something that is a skill that they'll want to have as well, so that they can get the right results from it.
Yeah, I would add to that and you got there, the critical thinking, but I would also add understanding about being incremental and iterative, meaning that you start with something and you build on, you start with something simple and you make it a little bit more complex, a little bit more complex. If you get something you don't like, you back up, right? That iterative and incremental is really important. Some people just sit down and just start hacking away at the prompt, and then they submit it when it doesn't get what they want, doesn't give them what they want. Then they have they react and say, "Oh, AI is stupid. It doesn't know what it's doing." But if you're iterative and incremental, you can really get some good value out of it. And I think as well, we also tend to short sight the soft skill side of this. Two people that know the same exact thing can, if they have the same technical skills, then, they should be equal. But in reality, what happens is your soft skills kick in. And, the critical thinking that Shanika mentioned is important. Iterative and incremental is important. The art of questioning is important. Those kind of things are the skills that, in addition to what we're teaching you to hear, will help you a lot.
I agree there.
So Nima has a question. How does the quality of a prompt affect the quality of AI's response?
The quality of your prompt, again, which we've done here with the very first prompt that I gave you all when I asked it to create the social media caption. It gave us it starts out very general. So the more detailed that you are with what you're wanting and you give it the tone that you want it to have, you tell it the job that you want it to do, and those things, the better your response is that you're going to get. So I always say this as a rule of thumb, the information that you receive is only as good as your prompt. So with the picture that I shared with you all, and I can drop it in the chat, but that picture, the only reason why I got it to look as good as it was because I was very detailed with what I wanted it to have. I wanted the elephant in the boardroom. And I said I wanted it to say addressing the elephant in the room. So I gave it the tone that I wanted it to have. I shared it with some of my other AI trainers last week, I believe. And one of the comments that they said was, if you're going to be in a boardroom, you have to have on a suit. So I wanted to make sure that my elephant had on the suit so that everyone looking at it knew we meant business. We were talking business. So that's why the elephant had that on there, had the suit on. So
yeah.
Again, it's only as good as what your prompt is. And then I will share one more thing with you all that I created, and then we'll go into our breakout rooms to do some activities. And
sorry to interrupt. We have a couple more questions.
Okay. Sorry about that.
If it's okay.
Yes, it's definitely okay.
Okay. So that last question was from Titus.
Okay.
And he also asked, do you think everyone can learn to design creative prompts, or is it a skill for just a few people?
Everyone can do it.
I'm going to jump in here.
Go ahead.
Everyone can do it, but you don't, the eye that Shanika had when she created that prompt, I don't have that eye. So it still requires, you can write creative prompts, but when it comes to certain aspects of it, whether it looks good or not is really in the eye of the beholder. We have another question. We did have one from Nima that I didn't get to. How can adding a role, for example, act as a teacher, improve prompts? Shanika, are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
So that when you're adding in that role, that is giving AI the job to think like a teacher. So it's going to start thinking like, what would a teacher say? So your prompt that you get after you give it that and say acting as a teacher, and then whatever else you're wanting it to do, it's going to put the term, whatever the response that you receive is going to give you the mindset of a teacher. Just like what I did with the prompt of when I gave it that role, acting as a PR man, acting as an expert PR man and social media manager. I did that so that it would automatically give me something that a PR and social media manager would put out there. Because when I was just very general with the first prompt, it just gave us something that was engaging and it was nice. It gave us something that was nice. But once I gave it the role and told it exactly what to do and the tone to have, it gave me something that would work best for each platform that we had, and it gave me a better result.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else before. Okay, I think that's the last one.
That's the last one we got. Okay. And then I'm going to share one more thing that I created using AI with you all so that you all can see it. And I'm going to just share my screen here. So this is a very small, it's a video. Just a moment here. It is a video. It's an 8-second video, so it may loop. So I'll run it a couple of times just so that everyone can see it. And we're going to hit preview. Please let me know if you all can see it. And she's going to talk.
We don't hear anything.
Okay, you don't hear it?
Now, when you click share, you have to turn on the audio from your computer.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay, let's see if it's going to work for us now.
Let's take my course description from there.
Okay, let's see here. Just a moment. Are you all able to see her now?
Yeah, we can see her. We can't hear her.
Still can't hear her. Okay, let me turn up the volume. Are we able to?
We still see her.
Still couldn't hear?
Uh-uh.
Okay, we're going to try this one more time.
The perfect moment until you create it.
We don't see anything now.
Okay, I'm ready to share now.
The perfect moment doesn't exist until you create it.
Yeah.
We saw it there.
Were you all able to hear her then? You heard her there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. And before I move everyone into breakout rooms, were you all able, do we have any other questions before we move into breakout rooms?
Can you repeat what we're doing in the breakout room?
Yes, I am. I was going to go ahead and give the instructions for the breakout room, but I wanted to make sure that there were no questions before I put everybody in there. And I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, and no one has came off of mute to ask questions. So I'm going to place you all.
It looks like there's, or maybe, yeah, it looks like Nima just put in a question.
Okay, Nima put in a question. Okay, sorry about that. Nima? And Tracy, can you give us her question?
Yes.
What skills do students build when they learn creative prompting?
The skills that they're going to build is the visual storytelling about it. So one would be the visual storytelling. And then again, it also pulls into their creative side. So the skills that it will give you is if you're creating an image, it will show the creativity with the image and it's going to challenge the critical thinking. Same thing with building the videos. And then you're learning how to fine tune and train the models that you're using. And when I say train the model, the more you use the artificial intelligence, you're showing it, or it's going to learn you. It's going to learn what you're doing. So from the way that I use my artificial intelligence would be a lot different than everyone else when you're starting to build your creative prompts and things like that, because it's going off of what I am asking it to do. So I can tell it to create something and it'll create something that may look totally different from what you're doing because it's going off of everything that I've told it off of the past. So it's still going to learn the behaviors that you're doing, the things that you ask it to do, and all of that. So if we have one student and we ask it to create an image, which I'm going to ask you all to do that in this breakout session, you'll see that it's everyone's prompt or the response that you get is going to be a little bit different based off of what you're doing. And again, the more you use it, the more it's going to learn you and the more it's going to create things that would look like what it thinks you want. And then if there are no more questions, we'll go ahead and jump into you all's activity. And so for the activity, we are just going to build on what we talked about. Or actually, we're going to do the activity. It's called a proverb to post. So what I want you all to do is to brainstorm and think about 2 of you all's 2 to 3 librarian proverbs. And then off of your proverb that you have, you all are going to want to pick one of those. And then you're going to ask it to create a Facebook post about that proverb and giving back to the community. So I'm going to type it into the chat, and then in your breakout sessions, I will put the document in there that gives the instructions. And I'm putting it here in the chat for you all now. And then I'll distribute you all into the breakout rooms. And did you have a question? I see a hand raised.
I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he had his hand. He raised his hand in the video. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, there are a few questions in the chat, but we'll take those after the break.
Okay.
Or after the breakout room.
Okay. All right. And here is your prompt. And then I'm going to go ahead and create your breakout rooms. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get these started. You all should be assigned to your breakout rooms now. All right. Hi, how was everyone? Can you all hear me?
No,
You definitely can hear me.
I can hear you.
All right.
How could I respond to you if I didn't hear you?
I know. All right. So for our, it looks like it is, we are all in here. So for us, we are going to go ahead and get started. Does anyone want to take the lead? I won't be the one that's doing all of the talking because I want to make sure that you all can actually do the activity. Do you guys have questions about what the activity is that we're doing?
You kept some of us in here?
Yes, I distributed everyone equally throughout the rooms. So we have 4 different rooms going on here. It looks like you are in the room with us, Chris, and you should be able to move in and out of the different rooms.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. How are you all doing? Okay, looks like we got one person that's joining us. Okay. Jerry, can you hear me? Is that a yes or a no? All right, I see he dropped out of our room. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started with creating our Facebook post and doing the proverbs. Does anyone want to share a proverb? Okay, it looks like it's just us three in here. Eleni, can you hear me? No questions? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Belani, if you can share a couple of proverbs or think about the librarian proverb, and then I'm going to go in and check on some of the other breakout sessions, and I'll be back in here so that we can do this activity.
Is it, Shanika, before you run, is it just the three of us?
It is just the three of us. We had someone that was in here and they left out.
Oh, okay. So
Jerry left out, and I think, go ahead.
Blondelay is my assistant.
Gotcha.
So it'd probably be better just to, if she's just move her to a room and then let her, if she chooses to participate.
Okay. All right, so I will move her. Or wait, can you move her into a room for me?
Yeah.
My screen is moving a little weird. Apologize. Thank you so much, Chris.
She's already assigned to a room, so we don't have to move her. She'll just hang.
Okay. Okay, so she's just assigned to one. Cool. All right, I'm ready to pop into some of the others to make sure everyone doesn't have questions or to see if they're using it. So I'm going to pop in room 4.
I'm going to join 2, so I'll join 4. Room 4.
Oh, I was going to join 4. Okay, I won't join 4.
I thought I was assuming you were going to go from the top, so
yeah,
but
it's okay. All right.
You'll pause recording.
Okay. All right. Recording. We are all back.
Yes, Loretta, you can copy it to a document for yourself.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
I don't know if you guys lost everything since we're back from the breakout rooms. How are we doing, everyone? How was your breakout rooms? All right. What did you all learn from them? Okay, it's looking like we got. Okay. All right. So how did you all do with your breakout sessions and doing your creativity? What did you find? What did it give you? You guys can come off of mute and talk, or you guys can talk in the chat. I see smiles. Okay. We'll go with group 1.
Tubman University has their hand raised.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
they had a hand raised.
Go ahead.
So group three, right? We're in group three, and we had 3 proverbs to choose from, and we settled for a bird do not pray for long feathers, but prays for long life. For as long as it lives, the feathers will grow. And this particular proverb talks about patience, resilience, and growing systematically. Yeah. So after we got the prompt, we also inserted another prompt that said, now generate a 3D version of the Liberian pepper bird, because the pepper bird is endemic to Liberia, sitting on the Providence Baptist Church, which has the church has a historical significance in Liberia. So it was able to generate the image of the bird sitting on top of the church. Then we went a step further and said the bird should carry the color of the Liberian flag. And the image was generated with the color of the red, white, and blue. Then we also inserted a prompt that said, insert the proverb into the picture, into the image, and it did exactly that.
Nice. Great, great, great. So you see how you all use your creative thinking. So you took it a step further and you added your own creativity to it and you gave it specifics. So you see how when you gave it things to do, it came back and gave you exactly what you wanted. And I'm glad that it gave you the right colors. So you didn't have to ask it to adjust any of the colors or anything when you asked it to give it that color.
What we noticed was we were initially thinking that we could build from initial prompts. For instance, we said generate a pepper bird. We were thinking if we gave another prompt without mentioning the pepper bird, it was going to follow from the previous prompt. Exactly. Then we realized that no, we have to be specific in generating the prompts. So if we wanted it to refer to the initial prompt, we needed to state it. That's it.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. So I like how you learned how to give it a job and then to refine your prompt. So that is what we wanted it to do. So I like what you guys did for breakout room 2. I'll let someone from breakout room 2 go. And I see you have your hand up, so you can go.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm from breakout room number 1, Edward Addison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were asked to use Liberian proverb to explain or to do a particular task. And we chose a proverb that one finger cannot pick a stone. That was our proverb. Hello, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Yeah, one finger cannot pick a stone. That was our proverb. And this proverb is trying to say that if you want to achieve success, or if you want to achieve what you want to achieve, or if you want to achieve your goal, maybe you have to work collectively. That is, or good work is key in achieving our goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the brand proverbs. We try to generate some image using the chat, but it's taking a little bit of time to generate because of the network.
Okay.
Yeah, but if the image comes out, I will send it to the chat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a long time for it to create those images too.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yes, it does. Okay. Breakout room 3. We need someone for breakout room 3 to go over yours.
We've already done that.
Okay, breakout room 3 went first. Okay.
Yeah, breaking 3.
Okay.
There are three. There are three. So my two companies are to locate here.
Okay. Okay. Breakout room 4.
Basically, want to share the
Abel has a hand up.
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead, Abel. I see you're looking at your screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. They can see me.
Yes, we can
They can
see
see.
it.
Yeah. They can see. They can do that. Okay.
Okay. So I see your wisdom for success. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Wait. Can you hear? Can you hear me? You're on. I will speak.
Unmute. There.
They're muted. Okay, let me unmute. I believe you were unmuted. Let me.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So group 3, we choose a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Our first prompt, we said, and then we had Liberian wisdom for success, which is saying that even individual efforts can bring quick results, but then true and lasting success is built through collaboration and unity. And then we went back for the second prompt. We said create a Facebook post using the same proverb about giving back to the community. And we had giving back the power of togetherness. The progress isn't a solo journey, it is a collective mission. If you want to get things done, you have to do it collaboratively. Yeah. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. I think
The power of working together. So we
Yes.
share our way. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
what we have. Share our work.
yeah. So that's what we have for group 3.
For group 3, yes.
Okay. Good job, group 3.
Hello. So for group 2, we want to share.
For us to share, you know. Okay. So can you unmute yourself?
Then let me
So
end sharing.
hello, we want to share group 2.
Okay. We're gonna stop that sharing. Okay. And your sharing has started.
Okay. So this is when we inserted the first prompt and included giving back to the community. This is what we got.
Okay.
So they say an apple does not fall far from the tree. It is true. Kindness and generosity, they further pass down into family. When we give back to our community, we nurture the same values that were passed down to our families. Let's keep the spirit alive by lending a helping hand. So this was it.
Okay. And then you guys were wanting to create an image. Is that what you guys were starting to do before the
Yeah.
breakout room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the breakout session, got you.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then you guys can, you don't have to do it now, but if you did want to go in and do it after class, you can do it to see the type of images that it gives you for that. But you all did great. So good job with that for your group. All right. So we are all back here. All right. So from your groups, is there any group that did not go already? I think we had one, we had two, group three. Are we waiting on group three? I think group three went first. Group three went first. Okay.
Yeah, and Tanika,
Yes.
just to add up on group three. Group three or two? Group three. I think group three.
Group three. Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, and I went further to create. I created an image representing our proverbs. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Okay. Did you want to share the image with us?
Sure, why not? I can do that.
Okay.
How do I do this? Share screen. Yeah, share my screen. In the power.
No, go to the meeting, this meeting room. You go to share screen down there beside the reaction.
Where do I go? This one?
Okay.
Why do I do that?
You should say where it says share screen. Is it showing for you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And it'll come up in a second for us. Should.
So, is there no way I can copy it?
You can put it in the chat if it's not showing up on, if it's not giving you the option to share it, your screen.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. How do I upload it here?
Okay. It's still not showing for you?
I'm trying to copy it, but it's not. I'm trying to copy it, then uploading in the chat.
Okay.
Bobby, you can just share your screen.
Okay.
It's sharing screen, but it's working for me.
Okay. It's the screen share wasn't working. Okay. That's okay. We can, since it won't let you share. If it'll let you share later at a later time, if it's not working for you, you can always add it to us in the chat. But I do want to go ahead and go through. Okay, Titus, you have another question. I see your hand raised.
No, it's not a question from room 4. So
Okay.
I did some extra work on the bread that I want to share with the class.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. Is my screen showing?
Yes, we are seeing your screen.
Okay, yes. So when I put in the librarian proverbs, and the more especially was the bread. So the bread came out with this color, and then I go further to say, I need a color red, white, and blue. It came with red, white, and blue, but then a yellow spot was still in the librarian flag color. So I asked it to remove the yellow from there. Then we come forward to this one. And then I noticed that 2 stars in the bread. So I asked it again to give me 1 star. to get exactly what I need. And then they give me this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would do the class.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. So what I wanted you all to see, and with the rest of the slides that we have in the presentation, the slides, I will share them. I'll share my screen to go over these slides with you. But we all demonstrated everything that I'm going to talk about next in the slides, and I'll do that for the next couple of minutes. And that's where you have put your own personal touch to it by us talking about putting in your library. I'm sorry, are you guys talking? Okay. Okay. So what you all have demonstrated was you took it a step further and you let your creativity show. Everyone done something different. So you got in with the artificial intelligence, you gave it the job, you told it what to do, then you made the experience personal by you seeing what you wanted it to give to you, and then you went ahead and tested the AI, because what it gave you at first with some of the first, that picture that it gave you, you wanted it to give you something different. And then you saw when it gave you something different, it also gave you like a cartoon illustration. And then from the cartoon illustration, you asked it again for something else. And then when it gave you the next thing, it gave you the bird with the 2 stars. So then you had to go back and you had to ask it to give it the bird with 1 star. And so from that, you all were demonstrating exactly what we were talking about with doing your initial prompt and then refining your prompt. So that right there showed you all how the results that you're receiving is only as good as your prompt. But then remember, you are the expert. You're telling the AI what to do. So the AI is only it's going to first develop a bias off of what it thinks that you want. And then after it gives you that, then you have to go in and you have to add your own touch to verify that it's giving you what you want or changing the outcome of what it is. If you don't like what it gave you, then you give it another job to change it. And so that's what you all did, and that's what the activity was for. Did you guys have did you run into any problems with it, or did you like how you were able to tie everything in together? And anybody can answer that question. Okay. I see your picture now. So yes, that is a good picture. I like that. Was that the first picture that it gave you, or did you guys ask for it to give you another one? Okay. All right.
Yeah, first they gave us a first image, but the color was not red, white, and blue. Okay. So I prompted into the AI to ask for red, white, and blue. They brought the red, white, and blue, but there was no statement on it that we are stronger together. Mm-hmm. So I prompted again, and I put this to put the particular statement on it that we are stronger together, and they brought a statement on it. Yeah. Okay. Hello?
I'm here. We're here. We're here. We can see it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
That's one finger cannot pick up a stone. That's what I was simply trying to say in this image. Mm-hmm. This on the prophet that we gave, one finger cannot pick up a stone. Yeah, so that prophet is simply trying to say that we are stronger together. So you see the people holding hands in that color red, white, and blue, as we asked for from the air. He gave out the word already. So that's it.
Okay. That's great. That is good. So I like you all's images. I like seeing the creativity. So if you guys noticed, everyone that shared, we all got different things, but you all were able to get in there and test the AI and play around with it. So again, with the rest of the slides, I'll go through those. We only have a few more minutes, and then I'll leave room for questions and answers that you all may have if you have any specific questions for me. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. And I'm going to get back to you. Go ahead. I'll stop sharing. Go ahead. You got a question?
A purple cow on the green grass.
It gave you a purple cow.
Yeah,
okay.
on the green, yeah.
Okay.
The orange, purple cow.
Okay. And was that the first image that it gave you guys, and then you asked it to give you something else? Were you satisfied with that image? Okay. I know it says that you're sharing the screen, but we can't see your screen. The screen is black, Edward. Okay, and now it's back to the, okay. All right, so we're back. Okay. Okay, we can't hear you talking.
I'm I see I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so I'm going to move into these slides very quickly. Again, you all have went ahead and you've already demonstrated what we're going through with the slides. I just wanted you all to see them so that you'll know. And then this information will be shared with you all so that you'll have it. So we will make sure that you have these slides. But again, you all have demonstrated everything that these slides are going to talk about moving forward. You have asked it to, you've given it visual prompts and you've told it what to do. You've asked it to you put your personal experience into it. This is talking about a challenge you overcame or deciding a moment from perspective. But when you all put in what you wanted the images to have and you selected those proverbs, those were based off of what you all wanted. So that is your personal experience. And then as you continue to go into AI, you can ask it to do different things. So you can ask it to describe a breakfast. You can ask it to do anything that you want it to do, and it'll give you those responses. Now that you know how to enter in your prompts, you know how creative you can get with it, and you've demonstrated that by doing the general prompts that you all had, and then just going a step further into the next steps with everything that you all were doing. And then you went ahead and you've done your testing here. So when you done the testing, that was when you asked it to give you different things, or you wanted to change the images and things like that. You asked it to give you more details and those type of things. So that's another part of going through your prompts here. And then we've all built on the prompt. So we've added different things into it. When we asked for the Facebook for the post, it gave us the wording, it gave us the pictures, we changed the pictures and all of that. So you all were able to see what the AI can create. And then you added your own creativity into it. You see that when we do something very broad and we give it just a certain topic and you say, create a post for me, it'll do that. You can ask it to do something simple like create 30 posts, or you can dive deeper and ask it to give you different variations of the posts, and it will do that. And then we've also used the images. So I showed you how I created images, and then all of you all created images here. So I will go ahead and stop sharing the slides here and stop sharing my screen. And I will open it up and for any other questions that you all may have. We do have about 7 minutes left, so I want to make sure that I stay on task with time with everyone. And Chris and Tracy, if you guys can help me watch the chat for any questions as well. So now the floor is up to you all with any specific questions that you have with the activities that we've done or just creativity with the AI in general.
Shanika Francis has a hand up.
Okay. And Francis, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. It's a contribution, sort of. I just saw from one of your slides talking about incremental prompting.
Yes.
And the lessons today, we issued prompts and then we gave another prompt and issued successive prompts. And when you reflect back to the previous topic about copyright, I think this is one of the pathways where you go into creating something that can be copyright protected, which falls under curation, if I'm correct, where instead of just saying draw a city, you add a little touch, say a futuristic city, or draw a bird, or draw a bird with 2 stars, draw a bird with 3 stars, and this, just adding touches to it. Am I correct to say that this leads to creating something that can be that can fall under copyright?
With what you're creating in the AI?
Yes, in the AI.
Okay. Okay. And when you say, I'm sorry, it was echoing a little bit. So when you're saying about falling into copyright, are you meaning that you can't copyright it, or it is something that can get copyrighted? Just a second. Mute out.
I think my internet is bad. What I'm saying, if you issue a prompt and then you issue successive prompts, adding more human creativity to the prompt, does it allow for you to present or claim that work in terms of a copyright?
Yes, it does. And when you're, and I know Chris will be talking about this copywriting thing here soon, or the next few sessions. There'll be more to touch on with the copywriting and things of that nature. But yes, what you create in artificial intelligence, and then with you adding your own creative touches to it, you are able to copyright it. There are some steps that they ask for, or certain things that they ask for when you're going for the copyright. So anything that you are able to alter with the AI, as much as you alter it with your own creativity, you are allowed to do that. I am not a legal expert, so this is just some general information that I know I have knowledge of because I have a partner that is an attorney, and they do the copyrights and the trademarks. So this is based off of my personal experience with that, but I cannot give you the step-by-step process with the copywriting on it. And then Chris, if you wanted to add anything to it, I'll let you add to it. But
yeah, this is what's so beautiful right now about copyright, because I am of a different opinion, and that is, if it's inside of AI, it cannot be copyrighted. It's only when you take, for example, if it's text and you take the text out and you adjust it, you can do that. And go through and put your own touches on it outside of the AI. With an image, all you'd really have to do is go in and take the image, if you want to be able to copyright it, and do some things to the image itself. And that's the beauty of, or I guess maybe the burden we have right now, is that it's very, very, it's nebulous, right? I mean, case law hasn't really settled yet on what is a copyright, what is copyrightable by AI and what's not. I would refer you though to the session we had on what's today, Tuesday? No, Saturday, that Joy did about copyright. And if you go out to innopower.ai, you can see the Liberian copyright and intellectual property chatbot, and you can ask your questions there, and it'll give you. We'll see what kind of answer it gets. Does that help, Francis?
Yes, thank you very much, Grace.
Sure.
All right.
We do have a few questions we didn't get to before the break, if nobody else has any questions. And those are there any potential risk of overly leading prompts on academic context?
Sorry?
The Faye asked a question. Are there any potential risks of overly leading prompts on academic context? Shanika, do you have a thought there?
Yes, I have a thought.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead with your thought.
So my fear is that it goes back to teamwork and collaboration. If the person leading the prompt is just leading from his or her quote unquote limited perspective, then that becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. It does.
Yeah, I would.
Biases.
Yeah, I think its intent is the way I think of it. What's the person's intent behind the prompt, right? And are they trying to lead you down the path, or is the prompt itself going to be very neutral, right? Unbiased.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there is a potential risk of that, but again, it goes back to, I think, the intent. I'm sorry, Shanika, I interrupted you. Were you gonna?
It's okay. It's okay. What I was going to say was back to what you were saying, actually, Chris. And then also to add in some additional information for everyone about AI and those things is the information that we put into it, depending on which feature or which version of AI we're using, the information can, again, it will kick out certain biases, but all the information that you're putting out there, it won't be accessed by a regular person. But again, we're training the models. And so as we're training the models where they're learning you, meaning you, the person that is putting in these prompts, it's learning everything about you. But also when it's learning everything about you, it's also training AI as a whole. So that information can spill over into other people's results when they're putting in those prompts. They may get the information based off of what you've entered into AI as well. So that is something for us to make note of and also to think about. So as much as AI is a tool, it also can be something that is a hindrance in that sense, or something that makes it less likely to be a tool to us, because some of that information can be shared with other people when they're using it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Mateo has her hand raised.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hi everyone. And I hear our concerns. So one thing I like to also say is, at least for ChatGPT, there's a way you can set up your model such that one, your details are secured or your conversation is secured. So if you go into your settings and you go into personalization, you can personalize it and give some custom instructions to say, for example, whatever I ask you, or what I mean, and I'm paraphrasing it. Of course, when you're about to put it, you have to put it in your own words. Things like conversations should be kept private and confidential. That's one. Bias, and you can state your bias, maybe bias based on tribes or bias based on maybe religion or whatever bias that you're thinking of, you can do that. Then I think one of the functions in controls would help you to turn off, use it to train other models. I think and if I could just quickly check that, you can turn that off such that whatever it is that whatever conversation you have. So for example, if you're on ChatGPT and you go to where your name is or your picture is, and you go to data controls, you can turn off, improve the model for everyone. When you do that, what that means is that your content is not going to be used to train other models. That's on ChatGPT. And it doesn't matter if you're on paid or free version. So on data control, you can do that, turn that off. And because automatically, if you're joining if you're using ChatGPT, it would automatically turn it on for you. So if you want to avoid that, you turn it off. And when it's automatically turned off, it also includes your audio and video recordings. So once you turn that off, that means you won't be able to do that on your data or your conversation. Then on your personalization, you can put custom instructions, like I said. Then you can do memory. And because with memory, it means I can reference your previous chats for you. And one other key thing, every time you are doing something that you know it's key or you don't want to keep it, like it has to be kept private, even after I have put it in my custom instructions, I always say this conversation must be kept private and must not be used to train your models. Do you understand? So if you put all of that in it, it will help you to keep some of those conversations private. And this is not to say that it still cannot be, because for example, if you have a court judgment, they can request for some of those things, especially things that relate to privacy. If you are doing for certain fields, but at least you would have taken steps to ensure that some conversations are kept private. One other last thing is turn on your multi-factor authentication if you know that you're going to be imputing some other important information. And because what it means is that as we go on with some of these tools, it also means that if someone have access to your ChatGPT, for example, it means they have access to certain things, like people that because people started using it to book airplane tickets, to plan their meals, to do some family events. So you want to keep it just as you would keep maybe your banking information, for example. So put that as well, so that if anyone is trying to log into your ChatGPT, you get some sort of notification, whether by text or by email. So I hope that answers your question in regards to privacy and all that. Thank you.
Yes, dear.
That was great, Amateo. Being that I also do cybersecurity, you covered everything that I would have said to tell everyone how to use it safely and ethically.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. It's 12:06. I will turn this completely over to Chris. I do not want to keep anyone past time since we are 6 minutes past time. And when I say 12:06, I'm meaning 12:06 here, but it is 6 minutes past our ending time for class. So I will not keep anyone any further. It was a pleasure training with you all and seeing everything that you all have created. I love seeing everything. And if you all have any other questions or anything, you can redirect them to Chris and we can answer those for you.
No, there's Edward asked a question. No homework for this week yet? No, we want you to try to finish up the homework that you have and continue to work on your capstone project, which we hope will be completed by Saturday. So just to discuss that real quick, on Saturday, we will meet again from 10 till 2, or I'm sorry, from 10 to 12 Eastern time. I think that's 3 to 5 in Liberia time. And what we'll do is you'll each have an opportunity, if you so choose, to present your capstone project, and then we will wrap things up, award certificates, those kind of things. You need to have everything complete on your homework by Saturday, or actually by Friday night, so that you can actually receive your certificate on Saturday. So again, you want to email those to me, and while I'm continuing to talk, I will put my email in the thing. There we go. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I want to just take a minute. I know we're over 8 minutes, but I just want to take a minute to thank Shanika for doing a great job in this lesson. It's an interesting lesson, always an interesting lesson to me, and I certainly learned some things listening to her, which is what's pretty amazing by these by the team InnoPower folks, is that even though I've been doing this for a while, we all learn from each other because we all have different perspectives. And so I want to thank Shanika for doing such a great job. And I'd like to make sure that I thank our team InnoPower folks who show up. It's worth mentioning, and I'm going to brag on them. None of us actually are getting paid for this. We're doing this. And so when these folks are showing up and contributing and participating in the breakout rooms and answering questions, they are all doing it on their own time. And I just want to acknowledge that I appreciate them and what they're doing for this training and for InnoPower. And then finally, I want to thank you all for your attendance, for your engagement in this training. I know sometimes it can be a little dry, especially at the beginning. That's why they have me do it at the beginning, because I'm a dry person anyway, and we put all the talent at the end. So, I really want to thank you all for bearing with us. And just one last reminder, if you haven't already, fill in the attendance sheet and make sure that we get it noted. And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap the call if there's no other questions. Any comments? I didn't. No. I don't see anything.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
To meet the people I'm with, because I'm going to discuss with them the assignment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanika.
Thank you, Shadi. Yeah, we're just making sure, Shadi.
Thank you.